Hello YouTube, this is Todd Rod again. Just got my commercial catfish license to make a little bit of money on the side of my regular job, and this is what I'm going to use. It's going to be a hoop net. This is a 5-ring, 1 1/4 inch mesh, and just wanted to show everyone how this is set up. And the way this net's going to be set up is based on the way a friend of mine who did this for 20-something years set his hoops up, and it works really good, and it's really quick to change out the hoop nets whenever you need to change them out while still leaving your main set line in the water. So to start with, now this is just set up in my backyard right now. You have your main posts, and we fish mostly in the open lakes here in Louisiana where I'm at. It's a lake called Lake des Allemands. You have your main post, main line set up in the water. This is just in my backyard. To your main end post, have my string, this is number 96 black tarred line that I'm using. Kind of hard to see with the grass. Using for one net, I'm going to be using 120 yards worth of line, divided equally. The net will be set up right in the middle. So just for example, the way I have it set up, the main line will be tied to your post or weight on one side, and then coming down the line, this is a galvanized flat washer, 5/8 inch hole. Tie that into the line, and then the line will run all the way to your other pole that'll be set up in the lake or canal, wherever you're fishing. And this is just one main line that'll just be running. Like I said, this is 120 yards long, is going to be the set line or main line. Then from the washer, you're going to run another line to your net, and there's another washer right here to the bridle of the net, and then to this here, this is the string coming off your washer over there. This has just a stainless steel snap hook on it, to my washer, to the bridle, to the hoop net. Hoop net runs. This is the tail of the net coming off, and then I basically have the same setup. I have another washer, another stainless steel quick snap, and then this is the main line still running with another washer, and then there's your main line going to the other anchor point. Now what happens is that with the main line stays in the water, and if you can see how it's kind of slack, it's kind of hard to see with this. It's slack, so it stays in the water even if you take your net out, because what you're going to do is, to take your net, you just open this up, take your washer out, and do the same thing on the other end, and you can just take your hoop net out while leaving your main set line in place. So it's a real quick exchange out if you need to change your net. Now to get to how the net is actually set up to fish, there's a couple of modifications we made to it. This one came with just a single string bridle. We've made it into a 4-point bridle. I don't know if you can see that. The net itself has a throat, and then back in there, this is the secondary throat. You can see it's a vertical slit about 6 inches long. That's where the catfish will go into the back portion of it. What we've done to make sure it sits right in the water is I have added lead weights on each hoop to make sure that the secondary throat in there is going to sit vertically. Now, one thing that we did, instead of opening up the tail every time to empty your fish out, which would require untying your hoop net, we just tied it off, won't be opening that. And what we did was, here we cut the net. That way when you raise it, you just raise the hoop up, and what we do is have a little string. And we're just going to open it up this way, like this. And once you pull the net up on the side of the boat, all you got to do is roll the net over into your container, and the fish will come out straight into your container, and everything will still be hooked up in line, and all you have to do is drop the net back into the water. We're going to be mainly using compressed cheese and soybean chip blocks for bait. And what we're going to do is, in the first compartment, we're going to throw one bag with just about a quarter block of bait in it, just to get them to the mouth, the throat, the main throat of the net. And then in the main chamber of the net, what we're going to do is put 3 bait bags with another quarter block of bait in each one, and we're just going to have them lay in there. That way when the fish come in and they hit the bag, instead of tying it where they can really wear the bag out, the bag will just be floating, and as they hit it and twist, it'll help release more chum. And then with 3 bags of bait in there, there's should be a lot of chum, more chum being able to be released.